Is this thing on? Gosh. Think it wasn't on. Anyway, hello everyone, welcome back to the Dragon's Curse. So yeah, I did some off-camera stuff, and looky what we got here. So we got some of the antidotes for the headache, the migraine, and then Urigaria? I don't know. I English bad. Let's just continue on from here. But yeah, don't worry, I'm crazy. But yeah, done a little bit off camera, but not too much. Just wanted to get certain things and chat to certain people. Like I gave that guy medicine, as well as that guy obviously. Then there was another guy that had a headache for migraines or something. I gave that to him. Hang on, can I go to... yeah. So basically everyone's now medicated and recovering. So they should recover sometime. Completely forgot I killed that guy, as well as that guy, as well as that guy and that guy. Huh. We need to go to the dock at some point too. There's a couple people I want to go see at the docks. Especially that guy.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them here! Over there!
Ow. Alright, you guys are getting on my nerves.
Don't like that, do ya? He's fast!
Get you back. Ow. Right. Continuing on.
Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here!
Right, let's just see which way we need to go. Ah, we are heading to the docks. Convenient.
Die, vermin! Die, vermin! Snap it, leech! Look lively! It's on to us! Watch it!
Come on. Just grab that stuff.
It's a leech! Kill it! It's a leech! Kill it!
Yum, 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 yum.
Oh, Christ! He's dead!
There. Now, fix up back a little bit. Done. Okay, you're getting one of those. No special items from that, no.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
And we're now at the docks. Just here. Stable. Head in here, I guess. See what's in here. Nothing of use, that's fair. Head back through. Oh.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
You are going to be so entertaining.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Whatever you say.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Right.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
I'm just making sure there's nothing hidden behind here. Right.
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for for your orders, my sweet queen.
I hope the rumours about Clay are true. Otherwise...
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any money for you leeches.
I'm not here for charity, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Level 5.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
Fucked up that one.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude,
No,
I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like...
It just automatically sets it. Damn. I was hoping I could refix it.
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know, and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the Wet Boot Boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Oh yeah, I need to talk to.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Mark my words.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
And hunting all these poor folk, he needs to catch him.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
He comes of a sudden,
Take this, then.
then vanishes.
And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you...
Why are you so...
cynical?
Let me speed up so I can get a little bit. Another time.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint? I'll try asking Tom what's about him.
Goodbye.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
This will be great. I was hoping I could memorize him.
Have you heard of the Guard of Prewen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds Risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Poor boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Shut the turquoise for a time.
Right, I'm just gonna go grab my tea real quickly, people, so BRB. And I am back. Alright, give me a second to sit back down, and yeah. Here we go. Alright, yeah, so we're gonna talk to Tom, won't we?
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
God, I
I
need
see.
a drink.
So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Well, something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
Alright, no more information. Got any personal information? No, we'll just talk about
Tom,
Sean then.
I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
Something like that.
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him. Quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Alright, thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I should have offered a drink as a way.
An old lady up there. Old man over here. Searching for a bin.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Wait,
Did I
this
scare
is
you?
a-
You have
Okay,
nothing to
spot.
fear from me.
No, it's just that
Oh no, he's got ash brown hair.
people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Hello, Rufus.
Are you alone?
Hello.
Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home. You're sleeping rough.
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
We're all truly alone in this world. You're lucky you learnt that early.
Well, I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
I don't have that.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the Wet Boot Boys and the Communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care. Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry.
Raiding. Ah, a cross. Even though, like, it would burn my fucking face off. Alright, let's talk to this girl.
So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
Son? Well, we're healthy at least.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
You're an orphan.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope Factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
Yeah. I'm trying, like, to have a go.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Team Jacob.
Violence has always
No,
fed on
Team
poverty, don't you
fucking
think?
Tyler.
It's a
Who
cruel
the
law
fuck's
of the human
Tyler?
condition.
And selfishness is
Team
their rotten
Patrick.
fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter, and no one will bat an eye.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of...
The very same.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is.
Okay, fair enough. Could just end this chick's life, but no, I'm not doing that.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most.
It's
these
locked.
days.
Oh. Hello, blood trail.
Another disgusting ghoul did it, don't you think?
Seems like the guard of Prewan is on Sean Hampton's trail, too.
I'll send you to hell. Boom! Ah! You're mine! Go take a tack! Burn it, boy! Die, burning! All of your bloody leeches need killing.
Ow. You're fire. It burned.
Use the leech, boys! That's all you deserve. Die, vermin! Die, vermin! I'll send you to hell. Burn it, boys! Die, vermin!
Nom, 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 nom.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Burn it! That's what you need. No!
Hang on, can I do it from over here? have been hilarious though. Just sniping him from all the way over there. My ult. God. Okay, this way, thank you.
No siblings allowed, sir. It's not human. Kill it. Back, demon. Back. Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here. The beast must stop.
Stay still.
Murderous bastards! The power of...
There, you helped. Was here to help you, but apparently not. God. Bodies, money.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. Heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
Alright, that's enough for now. Ah! I didn't mean to press that.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really.
Why is my
Miss
nose running?
Gilliam smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since it's...
Alright, we're just gonna...
Tell me.
Jack!
Let me be... I'm looking for Sean...
He's a caretaker for the poor, is he not?
Something like...
Sorry, I don't know where...
Show me what you have to offer.
Oh.
Please, sir! Come and have a gander.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me...
Show me what you...
Sell my firearm to him.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I already
I'm sorry.
Don't tease.
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But when... So, Dr. Tippett, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reed. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Do you require medical attention, miss?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippett. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
And again, we'll Tippets. Okay.
I'll see you later.
I'll come back to you. Actually,
Do
wait,
you
no,
require...
I will
I'm glad you...
do that now.
I'll try my best.
Thank you, Doctor.
What?
Oh,
Just
My-
beat through this chick because
I'm looking...
Sean Hampton, you say?
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
let's raid the house. She's gotta have something useful that I could use.
It's locked, all right.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Fresh blood. Getting that away. Let's see, is there a hideout that I can use? Is the hideout just over here, apparently? Just here. In we go. Let's level ourselves up, I guess. It's bloody expensive stuff to upgrade yourself. With pallets mainly. just trying to figure out what I want to do mainly. More damage with that would be nice. Don't do that. That's good. So close to becoming stable again. Are you still fatigued? You're still fatigued. This place will never ever, like, fix itself. And there's this west end that I don't know about. Oh, this guy. Don't know about him. Hmm. How long have we been streaming for? Ooh, an hour. Well, if that's the case, head back out here, jump down here, shadow, step over here, and voila. Hello, who's this? You a doc?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
Excuse me?
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because...
Those bar... A few...
What?
I drank too much.
May I ask? As... Why?
Of course I...
What can you...
Tell you what...
I'm just speed chatting today.
If you...
Oh?
You don't...
We're already past our limit.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right. Okay. No need to get all worked up.
I'm looking for...
What is it you want?
Well, I'll leave...
I would end her life, but... What am I gonna get out of it? Only 1,000. See? That's pointless. I wanna when she's ripe. Ready for the picking.
Your kind's not welcome here, sir.
Okay, you're really starting to piss me off. Maybe I should just end you. You know, just because you're a bitch.
You again? What do you want?
You'll just have to wait and see what I choose in the next episode.